Serious fans who have been engrossed in a fictional universe so much you could probably earn a degree about it. What plot holes, logical inconsistencies, and the like cannot be reconciled and bother you to no end? The fact that there are two Rumpelstiltskins in the Shrek universe really annoys me, and many people seem to not have noticed. We all know the Rumpelstiltskin from the last movie, but in Shrek the Third, when Prince Charming enters the Poison Apple and starts talking to other villains, he actually talks to Rumpelstiltskin, but it's not the same that appears in Shrek Forever After. Yep, really annoys me. And also two Sleeping Beauty characters, cuz she cameos in Shrek 2. Also in Shrek 2, if Donkey drank the potion and it was also supposed to affect your true love, why didn't Dragon transform? I grew up with the Bay Transformers films, and while I'll always have a soft spot for the first three, holy shit, the lore might be the worst in all of fiction. In the first film, the Allspark, a cube that makes Transformers and the cause of the war, lands on Earth in the early 1900s, and it takes the Autobots and Decepticons 100 years to find Earth. Oh wait, no it doesn't, because they've been on Earth since at least the 1800s and never thought to look for the very thing the war was all about. Hell, the Primes, basically Transformer gods, built their Sun Eater in Egypt and were buried on the damn planet. How did they not write Earth down in any records if it was an important planet to them? Also, did you know that the Transformers were the cause of the space race? And that they were making deals with the CIA and NASA all the way back in the 60s? And they still didn't think to look for Megatron or the Allspark in that time period. Also, the government organization made specifically to research Transformers had no idea about any of that? Oh yeah, Transformers killed the dinosaurs too, because Earth was actually being used to mine transformium, which is what Transformers are made out of. Oh yeah, about that. The Allspark did jack shit all along because other aliens made Transformers, so the war was pointless. And Primes are knights now, not gods for some reason. Speaking of knights, did you know that Transformers were at King Arthur's Round Table? They also fought in both world wars, the American Revolution, they killed Hitler, served the Japanese Empire, etc. all along, because why the fuck not? Also, a goddess named Quintessa made the Transformers, not those other aliens and not the Allspark, to fight Unicron. Who's Unicron? Well, he's the Thanos of the Transformers universe, and he's been Earth all along. Yep, Earth was a Transformer too. Also, Cybertron, the planet they are from, is somehow still alright even though it got sucked into a literal black hole in Transformers 3 and blew the fuck up. Oh yeah, about that hole, it took 100 years for Autobots to come to Earth thing? Well, not only was Optimus and the gang on Earth the whole time, they also forgot about that and didn't come to Earth till the 80s, which is still earlier than they arrived in 2007. So we have 3 different time points for Optimus's army coming to Earth, and 2 different time points for Megatron's. It's a fucking clusterfuck. There are so many confusing characters/franchises to choose as a comic book fan, but I've got to give it to Wonder Woman. For those that don't know, DC tends to do soft reboots every once in a while, which makes continuity difficult to parse. But there are usually through lines, and little changes are explained by the continuity shift. Currently, they're trying to say all the old stories kind of did happen, and the 2011 reboot wasn't actually a hard reboot like they tried to pitch it as. I realize this doesn't appear to make any sense, but in reality, for most characters, it actually works if you don't think too hard. But not for Wonder Woman. Every time they do any kind of reboot, her backstory is completely overhauled. Sometimes not even when there's a continuity excuse. To the point where there are almost as many stories dealing with retconning her origins as there are stories about her doing her superhero thing in the last 10 years, and unlike Hawkman, there is no clever way to connect that disparity. Is she a clay golem given life by the gods? Is she the daughter of Zeus? Is she the daughter of Hercules? Who knows, and there's absolutely no way to reconcile the 3. Is she a diplomat for Themyscira, trying to influence the UN to help with world peace? Nope, because someone recently decided she's never been back to Themyscira since the first time she left. And when was that? WW1? WW2? The Cold War? Sliding timescale of a while ago but in modern times? No way to know, because classic stories have taken place in all those timelines. Really, none of her early stories could have possibly happened due to current retcons, yet she's been a hero for at least 10 plus years as a Justice League member, so it's just a waste, is what I'm trying to say. Writers love rewriting Superman's origin, but good God, does it never stop for Wonder Woman. If they'd give her a few years to breathe and grow as a character instead of changing her origin, which inevitably changes again, she'd be much more popular, which she deserves. And at least Superman has 2+ ongoing books even when they do decide to take his origin out for a spin in a new miniseries. At least she has her perfect costume, finally. In Futurama, how does Leela not understand why that one guy is a whale biologist? She used to assign people their jobs, because all occupations are based on what you're best at, not what you want. You gotta do what you gotta do. His response is equally baffling, though hilarious. I don't know you well enough to get into that. It was assigned to you. Speaking of Futurama and whales, in the first season they established that 1. Everything runs on whale oil, not dark matter. 2. This is because when they stopped poaching them, the number of whales exploded, as did their desire for human flesh, to the point where people couldn't go into the real ocean anymore because it was too dangerous. Cut to an episode that takes place entirely in the Atlantic Ocean. Edit. Whale oil was established in Season 3, bending in the wind and ocean full of man-eating whales in Season 1 when aliens attack.